Hopefully you tried. Hope you tried this question. If you didn't, that's fine.
I'm gonna go watch
Watch what? What's that?
The YouTube channel.
Is it good?
Mr. Lexington put on and give us a test.
Okay, looking at the shape. The question tells you they're similar. When you see that they're similar, that means it's the same scale factor. That means these sides are either growing or shrinking by the same amount, but it's proportional. So when I look at this and I look at the top, I don't say that the top grew by 5. Like, I understand it grew by 5, but we don't say it grew by 5. Okay, so we're back up here. When things are growing or shrinking, in this case it grew, right? This image grew to this image. I understand it grew by 5, but that's not how we refer to it. We try to find the scale factor that it grew by. So the scale factor that red one grew by is 15 divided by 10. It grew by 1.5.
And you know what's funny is that 1.5, if you look at the 1 and then the dot, it's like a little tiny 10. And you take away the dot,
15. That's actually how divided by 10 works.
That's obvious. Why do you have to divide it?
Because that's how you calculate scale factors. It's the new side length divided by the old side length. What this means is that the scale factor for the other side should be the same. So that means when I do the scale factor of the blue one, I should have 24, which is the new side, divided by something equals 1.5. Your job is to figure out what that something is. The way you do that, and the numbers are going to get hard, right? Like, it's going to be decimals that you can't do in your head. If what you're looking for is on the bottom, then you're going to switch spots with these two. You're going to switch them. You would have had a teacher probably say like cross multiply and divide or something like that. Maybe your grade 8 teacher would use that terminology. Yeah, Miles. Yep, that would work. So when I switch those spots, whole class is waiting on you guys. When you switch those spots, you now have 24 divided by 1.5. And that will tell you what the question mark is. That switching of the spots only works if it's on the bottom. If it's on the top, it won't work. So when it's on the bottom, you can flip spots and then calculate it. 24 divided by 1.5 is 16. So that question mark is 16. And notice that they didn't grow by the same amount. This one went up by 5. This one went up by 8. So it's a different amount, but it's the same scale factor because you're blowing it up at the same rate. If you look at B, you'll notice they're looking for... This is one of the ones where they've switched the image around. See how these angles don't correspond? Like this angle is not the same as this angle. Those are different. So that means they've rotated the shape. So you got to find out which angles are actually corresponding with each other. This angle, which is the orange one, corresponds with this angle right here. That means my corresponding sides is this one and this one. It's like they flipped the image. I then can do my scale factor for that red side. The scale factor equals the new distance of 12 divided by the old distance of 6 for a scale factor of 2.
Isn't it 0.5?
You have it the other way around. So you did 6 divided by 12. You want to do the new image divided by the old image, which would be 12 divided by 6. This means that my blue sides should also match up.
I go get a drink quickly.
It would be 10, yeah. Mathematically, the way we show that is by saying the new, which is a question mark, divided by the old should equal 2. Right? That's the new divided by the old should equal 2. In this case, you're going to multiply the 5 up here to figure out what the question mark is. You're going to move the 5 up. So on this one, I switch spots. On this one, I multiply it up so that the question mark equals 2 times 5. Which Reese gave us the right answer. That means it equals 10. Yeah. Yes, sir. Similar triangles work the same way. So you need all the angles to be the same, and you need the side lengths to be the same. Typically, when they use this symbol, that means it's similar. So they're saying triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. These are similar triangles. That's what that symbol means. Example 3. So they're telling me, they're saying, given that triangle ABC, that's A to B to C, is similar to DEF. These are similar triangles, determine X and Y. You're going to do this the exact same way that you did the other ones. You're going to find out what the scale factor is and then multiply by that scale factor. Mine's a little cut off on the bottom, but that distance is 12 centimeters.
So is this like part and parcel with Pythagoras?
We won't have to do Pythagorean theorem here. The reason why is because I can just look at the bottoms and realize these match up. And I can check what the scale factor is.
See, you know what? It's people like you the world needs more of.
Just keep the world going,
You
man.
don't need to confuse people for the sake of confusing them when there is a much easier and a much more enjoyable way of means of finding said
Well, we'll do Pythagorean theorem later, so don't worry. So that red side has a scale factor of 12 divided by 6 means
If it's
2.
bigger to smaller, is it still divide?
It's always the new picture, the one on the right, divided by the one on the left. So whether it gets smaller or bigger, it's always the new one divided by the old one.
I messed up that horribly. I always did the new or the old. I thought the one on the left was the new one.
No, one on the right.
So,
Always pretend you're going left to right. It should still work, but we just always do left to right, like new on the right.
yeah, because I did right to left, or left to right.
Okay, so if you look, that means these sides must be similar, the hypotenuses. So this side here of 7.5 is the same as this side here of x. If I got from here to here by multiplying by 2, what should I do to this number to get this? I want to turn that into this. Multiply by 2. So if you do 7.5 times 2, that'll tell you your new side length, right? Because they're similar shapes. So 7.5 times 2 would be 15 centimeters.
15 divided 7.5 is 2.
15 divided by 7.5 is 2? Yep. So then you did it right? Because your scale factor is the same. The other side that matches up is this one right here. This side y matches up with this side 8. That means something times 2 became 8. If you don't know what that something is, you're like, I can't figure that out. Then reverse it. If I'm going backwards, the opposite of multiplying is dividing. Right? So 8 divided by 2 would give me the original. So I divide this over here. We divide by 2. It would give me an answer of 4. So my missing sides were 15 and 4. And if you check your work, the scale factors are all 2. I want you to try this one on your own. So see if you can find those missing sides. You need to use your scale factor from the bottom side of the triangle. To find missing sides, you've got to find scale factors.
Question.
Wait. The scale factor is the new side. Our new side is 8 divided by the old side, which is 24. 0.3? And 0.3, like 3. Yeah, repeat it. Once you have your scale factor, you can use it to find the other sides. If I'm going from the old image to the new image, then I multiply. So it would be this times your scale factor gives you F. So if I'm going from the old of 15 to the new of F, I need to multiply when I'm going from old to new. So for us, F equals 15 times 0.3, the scale factor. You put that in, you should get 5. If you put just 0.3, then it won't work. You have to go 0.3333333 and do a whole bunch of them. Friday. Did that work better? If you put all the threes, okay.
Thursday. You can see it on the board.
If you're going from this side, the old that we don't know, to the new that we do know, to go backwards, we need to divide by the scale factor. So that means A equals 7 divided by 0.3 repeated, which should be 21. Guys in the back. Kennedy, David, Braden. You need to divide the new image by the scale factor to get the old one, the original. So my missing side lengths were 5 and 21. Hey, example 5. Yeah. Thank you for waiting.
If I have the scale factor, how do I find the missing side? What do I times?
So if you got the new one, so like if you look at this one, I got like 15, and I'm trying to find the new side, then I do this times the scale factor to get the new one. If I have the new side and I want the old side, I do the new one divided by the scale factor to get the old side. So depending on which way you're going, depends on if you multiply or divide. Hey, looking at these triangles, these are similar triangles. That means I know they have the same scale factors. So when I look at these, I have to recognize that this side right here, 3.5, corresponds with this side here of 5. I know that because of where the angles are. Right? They have to kind of connect in. This means that this side here in the red one connects to this one with the red one.
So 3.5 times 5.
Gotta find the scale factor first, and then you can find the missing sides. The scale factor is the new, which is 3.5, divided by the old, which is 5. Nope.
Oh, hell yeah.
Which is 0.7. So the scale factor is 0.7. You got that by doing the new side divided by the old side. Now, if I want to find one of the old sides by using the new side, I need to divide by the scale factor. So 8.4 divided by the scale factor will tell me x. So divide by the scale factor. This means that x equals 8.4 divided by 0.7. Means it's 12. So the original side was 12 long.
I got 0.2, so I did it.
Randomly.
You see how that's working? Find scale factor, then you're either dividing or multiplying, depending on which way you're going. Okay, do these last 3 on your own. I'll wander around so you can ask questions. If you're looking for similar sides, I'll color them in for you. So for us, this 14 corresponds to this 4. This 5 corresponds with this x. Down here, this 6 corresponds with the whole distance all the way across. And the 4 corresponds with z. On the one in the bottom right, this x corresponds with this 3.5. This 8 corresponds with this big side right here, which would be 15, right? 7 plus 8.